Nestled along the banks of the Nile River in Egypt, the ancient city of Abydos holds a treasure trove of archaeological wonders. Among its most intriguing mysteries are the so-called Abydos carvings, a set of hieroglyphs in the Temple of Seti I that have sparked heated debate among historians, archaeologists, and conspiracy theorists alike. These carvings, discovered in a structure dating back to around 1290 BCE, appear to depict objects strikingly similar to modern machines, such as helicopters, submarines, and even airplanes. But are these truly evidence of advanced technology in ancient Egypt, or are they simply a trick of the eye and the imagination? The Temple of Seti I, built to honor the pharaoh and the god Osiris, is renowned for its detailed reliefs and inscriptions. In the 19th century, explorers stumbled upon a particular section of the temple's ceiling that stood out. Amid the traditional hieroglyphs of birds, snakes, and eyes, were shapes that seemed anachronistic. A helicopter-like figure with a rotor blade, a vessel resembling a submarine, and what some interpret as a fighter jet. These images ignited speculation that ancient Egyptians might have possessed knowledge of advanced machinery, or even encountered time travelers or extraterrestrials. The idea gained traction in popular culture, fueled by books like Erich von Däniken's Chariots of the Gods, which posits that ancient civilizations were influenced by alien visitors. Proponents of this theory argue that the precision of the carving suggests a familiarity with technology far beyond what we attribute to the Egyptians, known primarily for their mastery of stonework, mathematics, and astronomy. Some enthusiasts even suggest that the carvings could be a form of prophetic art, hinting at machines the Egyptians foresaw but couldn't build. Mainstream Egyptologists, however, offer a more grounded interpretation. The carvings, they argue, are not depictions of machines, but rather the result of a phenomenon known as palimpsest, or overcarving. In ancient Egypt, it was common for pharaohs to reuse and modify existing structures. Over time, as one set of hieroglyphs was plastered over and recarved with new ones, the original shapes could blend with the new, creating accidental but misleading images. In the case of Abydos, experts suggest that the helicopter is a combination of two overlapping hieroglyphs, the hand symbol, and a portion of a royal title, possibly from Seti I's successor, Ramesses II, whose cartouche appears nearby. Similarly, the submarine and airplane shapes are likely amalgamations of symbols like the boat and other common motifs, distorted by erosion and human intervention. The temple's ceiling, exposed to millennia of wear, further muddies the lines, enhancing the illusion of futuristic designs. Chemical analysis of the plaster layers supports this, showing multiple phases of application and carving over centuries. Another key factor in the debate is the human tendency toward pareidolia, the psychological phenomenon where we see familiar patterns, like faces or objects, in random or unrelated images. Think of seeing a dragon in the clouds, or a man in the moon. For modern observers, steeped in a world of helicopters and jets, it's easy to project these shapes onto the Abydos carvings. To an ancient Egyptian, the same lines might have evoked a bird, a reed, or a ceremonial boat, none of which would hint at machinery. This theory is bolstered by the absence of any supporting evidence for advanced technology in the archaeological record. The Egyptians left behind detailed accounts of their engineering feats, from pyramid construction to irrigation systems, yet there's no mention of flying machines or submersible crafts. Tools such as copper chisels, wooden mallets, and stone hammers, found at sites like Abydos, are consistent with Bronze Age technology, hardly the stuff of aviation. Excavations around the temple have also uncovered no mechanical artifacts or blueprints that might corroborate the ancient tech hypothesis. Despite the scholarly consensus, the alternative narrative persists, captivating those who yearn for a more fantastical version of history. The Abydos carvings tap into a broader fascination with lost knowledge, and the idea that ancient peoples might have been more advanced than we realize. This isn't a new phenomenon. Tales of Atlantis and hidden technologies have enthralled storytellers for centuries. The carvings offer a tantalizing what-if, a glimpse into a past that defies our expectations. Some point to other anomalies, like the precision of the Great Pyramid, or the Baghdad Battery, as circumstantial evidence of forgotten ingenuity. Could the Abydos carvings be a rare surviving clue? Critics counter that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and a few ambiguous glyphs don't meet that threshold. Yet, the debate has spurred fringe researchers to explore other Egyptian sites, such as the Osirian, a subterranean structure near the temple, hoping to find more hints of technological prowess. So far, these efforts have yielded only traditional artifacts, like pottery and offering tables. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. The carvings might not depict literal machines, but they could reflect the Egyptians' sophisticated understanding of their world. Their art often symbolized complex ideas, such as flight through birds, power through boats, blending the practical with the mythical. It's possible that what we see as technology was, to them, a poetic representation of divine or natural forces, misinterpreted through our modern lens. For instance, the helicopter shape might symbolize the swiftness of Horus, the falcon-headed god, rather than a literal flying machine. To deepen the discussion, consider the cultural context of Abydos itself. As a major religious center tied to Osiris, the god of the afterlife, the temple was a place of symbolic transformation. The carving's location on the ceiling, high above worshippers, suggests they were meant to convey lofty ideas, perhaps the journey of the soul, or the power of the pharaohs to transcend earthly limits. This aligns with Egyptian cosmology, where the sky and water were realms of divine mystery, not mechanical conquest. Artistic techniques also play a role. Egyptian reliefs were not photorealistic, but stylized, using fixed perspectives and symbolic proportions. What looks like a rotor blade to us might have been a flourish of a scribe's chisel, meant to emphasize motion or importance. Comparative studies of other temples, like those at Karnak or Dendera, show similar overlapping glyphs, though none have sparked the same level of intrigue as Abydos. Advances in imaging technology have added new layers to the mystery. In recent years, 3D scans and infrared photography of the carvings have allowed researchers to peel back the layers of plaster and wear, revealing the original glyphs beneath. These studies largely confirm the overcarving theory, showing how earlier symbols were altered during Ramesses II's reign. Yet, for believers in the ancient tech narrative, these high-tech tools only fuel speculation. What if the Egyptians had their own lost methods to encode secrets in stone? The Abydos carvings remain one of Egypt's most enigmatic puzzles. Are they proof of ancient machines, a cosmic wink from the past? Or are they simply optical illusions, born from overlapping symbols and human imagination? For now, the evidence leans toward the latter, a fascinating quirk of history, rather than a technological revelation. Yet, as long as the carvings endure, so too will the debate, inviting us to marvel at the ingenuity of the ancients, and the mysteries they left behind. Whether fact or fantasy, the story of Abydos reminds us that the past still has the power to surprise, and to inspire. As we uncover more about this ancient civilization, the line between myth and reality may blur further, keeping the carving's true meaning just out of reach. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on ancient mysteries, spirituality, and self-development.